It's called Toot and Puddle. So this story goes really well with your beginning of your learning because it has to do with being yourself and being a good friend. So can anyone raise their hand and tell me what it means to be yourself? Any guesses? Does anyone know? What does it mean to be yourself?
I'm itchy.
Oh, you're itchy? What does it mean to be yourself, Evelina?
To be happy and play a role.
That's one way. Yeah, that's a good example. Does anyone else know anything about being yourself? This one's kind of tricky. Any guesses?
Yeah.
No? So being yourself means doing the things you like to do. Maybe your friends don't like to do that same thing. So you do it anyway because maybe it's something that you really love. But what about being a good friend? Give me a present. You have to be nice in a really good way. So you have to be friendly, right? To be a good friend. What else, Evelina? No, that won't be nice. What could you do? What are some things you might do to make your friend feel better if they're down? You could play with them. What else might you do? What else might you do to make your friend feel better? You might give them a hug, right? You want to be there for them. You want them to count on you, right? So I'm going to read you this story about Toot and Puddle, and I want you guys to look for examples of where our friends Toot and Puddle are being themselves and being good friends, okay, to each other. Sound good? Mm-hmm. All right. So the book is called Toot and Puddle. It was written by Holly Hobby. So here's our cover. All right. Toot and Puddle live together in Woodcock Pocket.
What's Woodcock Pocket?
Let's find out. It was such a perfect place to be that Puddle never wanted to go anywhere else. Toot, on the other hand, loved to take trips. He had been to Cape Cod, the Grand Canyon, and the Redwood Forest. One day in January, Toot decided to set off on his biggest trip ever. He decided to see the world. Do you want to come along? He asked Puddle. We could start with someplace warm and wild.
Ooh. I want to stay somewhere warm.
Puddle preferred to stay home. I love snow, he thought. I'm just going to pause here and have you guys take a look. What do you think this is down at the bottom?
A note.
It's a note. It's a special kind of note. Does anyone know what it is?
Letter. Note.
What'd you say?
Letter.
It's a letter. It's called a postcard, which is the special kind of letter that you can get when your friends go on trips. Yes,
I got one from my grandma, and she lives in Colorado.
Exactly. So who do you think might be sending this postcard? Who do we know just went on a trip? Yeah, Bryson.
The pig.
Which pig? Do you remember his name? Toot. Toot just went on a trip, right? So who do you think he's sending this to?
Puddle.
Puddle. So let's find out where he went and what he's saying, okay?
Puddle.
So it says,
Dear Puddle.
Dear Puddle.
I have made a new friend in Africa. It's winter getting boring too.
That is what it says. Thank you, Bryson.
Puddle.
So it says, meanwhile, presenting Puddle at Pocket Pond. So our friend Toot's in Africa with the hippos. And Puddle is still at home. On our next postcard. Dear Puddle, Egypt is awesome. The pyramids are the greatest. Wish you could meet me at the oasis. Your friend, Toot. Meanwhile, March meant maple syrup. Puddle wished Toot were there to taste the pancakes. How do you think Puddle's feeling? You think he's starting to miss his friend? Yeah. Dear Puddle, can you believe I'm in the Solomon Islands? They're in the Pacific Ocean. I spend all day underwater. I love being in a school of fish. Has spring come yet? Your pal, Toot. Yes, spring had arrived. Puddle was having mud season. Yay!
Why? Ew, that's gross.
Pigs like mud, right?
Yeah, I like a poem.
Hi, Puds. Am I in India or is this a dream? It's your birthday, May 3rd. I hope your party is the best. Friends forever, 2. Back at Woodcock Pocket, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow that nobody can deny. It's his birthday.
There came the horse. He wants mud all over the place.
Dear Puddle,
How?
mountain climbing is scarier than jumping out of a plane. Remember when I talked you into going parachuting? Your friend in the Alps, 2. Puddle remembered.
How scary was it? Oh my gosh, I would do that. I would.
Dear Puddle, you would love Matador Camp. The bull's name is Dandio. Bravo from Spain, 2. In July, presenting Puddle at Pocket Pond. Every time he jumped in, he cheered, Olay!
Ole! Ole!
Boys and girls, let's look at this illustration. Where do you think Toot is now? Raise your hands if you think you know where he is now.
Arctic.
Where do you think he is?
In the Arctic.
You think he's in the Arctic? Where do you think, Bryson?
Penguins probably he's in the Arctic.
Yeah, so we think he might be in the Arctic.
But he's near the water and he's in the Arctic.
What do you think, Avelina?
By the Arctic.
By the Arctic? Why did you guys all guess that? What do you see in this picture that made you guess that?
Penguin.
Penguins,
No.
right? Let's find out where he is. Dear Puddle, August is cold in Antarctica, but I've made more friends here than anywhere yet. Are you going to the beach this year? I miss you. Do you miss me? Friends forever, 2. Yes, Puddle missed his friend.
Very. He went on a boat and sailed to all these.
Hi, Pudsey. Bonjour from Paris. Art is everywhere. Love is in the air. Au revoir, 2.
Bonjour.
I love art, thought Puddle.
This is the Bonjour. Bonjour. Bonjour.
Dearest Pudzio, Italy is heaven. It's one big treat. Your friend, Tootsio. Meanwhile, it was Halloween in Woodcock Pocket. Puddle decided to be horrifying.
Oh my gosh. It looks like. Oh my gosh. What the heck is that?
One morning in November, Toot woke up and thought, it's time to go home. Yay, Toot's coming! December called for celebration. Here's to all your ventures around the world, said Puddle. Here's to all your adventures right at home, said Toot. And here's to being together again, Toot and Puddle said at the same time.
What? I'm sure he's really cold.
Toot was happy to be back in his own bed, and Puddle was happy too. I wonder if it will snow all night, Puddle said. I hope so, said Toot. Then we'll go sliding, said Puddle. And skiing, said Toot. Good night, Toot. Good night, Puddle.
I'm so excited for January.
So what did you guys think? Did you like Toot and Puddle?
On January.
It's your birthday in January? So can anybody tell me maybe an example that you saw in the book of Toot and Puddle being a good friend? Yeah, Bryson.
Toot was sending messages to Puddle.
That's a really good example. So we saw these postcards all the way through, right? So Toot kept reaching out to his friend and telling him he was thinking about him. That's a really good example. Now, this one's a little bit harder, so I'm going to open to an illustration. Can we think of an example of when Toot and Puddle were being themselves? Can you raise your hands and tell me if you can think of an example? Yes, buddy. What's an example of where they did stuff that maybe the other one didn't love but they loved to do?
Go outside.
Go outside, maybe a little bit more, Avelina?
One wanted to go on a field trip, but not Puddle.
That's right, so Toot wanted to go on a trip and Puddle wanted to stay home. But they still stayed friends though, right? Even though they like to do different things? Yeah, what's up, Bryson?
But Puddle wanted wanting Toot to come back, but then almost at the end of the book he came back.
That's right, he did come back. So Puddle missed his friend, but he understood that Toot loved to travel, so he wanted him to travel so he could have fun. And then when they came back, they were still friends, right? So one last question for you guys. What are some things you can do here at school and at home to be a good friend? Maybe at recess or in the classroom. What could you do to be a good friend?
Is it the one with the blue hat or the one with the
What's on this blue hat?
Oh.
Do you see it? What does that say?
T.
T. So who do you think that is?
Toot.
Toot. What can you guys do here at school to be good friends?
And if recent time you could play outside.
Yeah, that's right. You can ask them to play at recess. What about in the classroom? What can you do in the classroom to be a good friend? Yeah.
Say good words.
You can use kind words. Does anyone else have any examples? No? All right, are we all ready? Do you have one, honey, or are you itching? You have one?
You could help them with something that they can't do.
That's a really good example. So you can help your friend maybe if they're having a hard time in the classroom. Yeah, Declan.
Help them out.
You can help them out in lots of different ways. Yeah, Bryson.
Just like play with them and talk to them and be nice to them and don't like throw workshops at their face or even try to throw workshops.
That's a really good thing. You don't want to hurt your friends, right? That's not being a good friend.
accidentally hurt my friend twice before.
And how did you make it up to them? What did you say after?
Sorry?
Sorry, and that's you being a good friend, apologizing.
Sorry doesn't help anything.
Sometimes it does. Okay. Are you guys ready to start writing? Or your other part of the reading book? Yeah? Okay.
My brother never worked.
Well, thank you guys for being such a good audience. So I'm going to turn it back over. We're going to see what we're doing next, okay? All right.
See, at my home, I accidentally doesn't bad